Ryan Garcia!
Although Ryan Garcia is just 23 years old, he's earned the reputation of being the fastest boxer alive. So young, gifted, and talented, King Rye knocks down his opponents before they know what hit them. Why should you fear Ryan's lightning speed? And how fast does he knock out his opponents and leave them for dead? You'll be forgiven for mistaking the speedster for a model, but I must warn you, don't tread too close. Ryan Garcia began his professional career when he was 17 years old and has never lost. Since then, 18 of his 21 professional victories have been through knockout. Garcia, who started boxing when he was 7 years old and always trained in the family garage with his father, got off to a fast start in the professional ranks, knocking out 5 opponents in his first 6 fights. The 23-year-old is well known, having amassed more than 8.8 million Instagram followers. He routinely posted speedbag training videos to his social media accounts outside of his professional boxing career, which serves as a reminder of his skills. Let's get started with his quickest performance to date. Less than 20 seconds into the bout, Garcia dropped Miguel with a right-hand shot that put him on the ground. Oh, how quick that was.
2 punches, and Ryan Garcia comes away with a...
Just 2 strikes startle Sosa as the referee shields him. Garcia hit Miguel with a hard left hand as soon as he stood up, knocking him back down and forcing the bout to end after just 30 seconds. Just to let you know, that was a right hook with a massive left turn. This wasn't a broad level, it was a sharp left hook. Yikes. Round 1. Rodriguez is in purple and white, and Garcia is wearing black trunks. Garcia had just fought Carlos Morales in a challenging match in September 2018. With a 20-year-old lightweight who looked quite good that night, Rodriguez was knocked out with a left hook in the first round and kept under control against a clownish opponent who tried to emotionally upset his young adversary.
For one of the announcing teams, good hook, and Rodriguez goes down.
That never happened as Garcia continued to win rounds before ending the fight with a powerful right hand in the 5th. Damage!
This is over.
He descends. However, Rodriguez put on a good show for the crowd, earning Drew a lot of boos. Did he succeed in the ring? Many people questioned Francisco's ability to advance in the tournament when Ryan Garcia faced him in January 2020. Under the direction of Eddie Reynoso, who also helped Canelo Alvarez become one of the best boxers in the world, Garcia has been consistently developing. The then 21-year-old put Francisco on the canvas in just 80 seconds with a picture-perfect left hook.
Left hand, sits Fonseca down, flat on his back, it's over!
Proving he's the genuine deal and a legitimate force in the lightweight class. That's brutal. It was a magnificent show of quickness, timing, and strength. Garcia's star power is evident every time he steps into the ring since it just took one of his shots to end the bout. Garcia just made a headline statement that his credentials are not to be overlooked. The American Ryan Garcia was anticipated to have his hardest test from Romero Duno. Romero, in contrast, barely even made Garcia break a sweat, losing in less than 2 minutes of their eagerly anticipated lightweight match. Over!
Down he goes! Right hand and a hook, and Duno is hurt!
Ryan gave an outstanding performance there. Garcia is more than just a viral hit on social media. He's a real boxer with real skills who poses a significant threat in the lightweight class. This is why the fight was stopped.
Main event of the evening.
At Fantasy Springs Resort and Casino in March 2019, Ryan Garcia stunned spectators by defeating Jose Lopez via stoppage to continue his unblemished record. In the final seconds of the first round, Garcia hurt Lopez with a 3-punch combination to stop the round. Garcia delivered a powerful right hook in the second round that caused Jose to jerk backwards. He pressed on, throwing a barrage of punches, some of which connected and some of which didn't, until he buried Lopez with a devastating right uppercut in the last seconds of the round. Jose's side decided to cease the fight there and then because the shot caused enough damage. More than enough damage. Fernando Vargas. Ryan Garcia, a super featherweight, defeated veteran Fernando Vargas, then 29, in March 2018. The 19-year-old successfully executed a right-left combination in the last seconds of the opening round to eliminate Vargas. Garcia can go deeper at this than Vargas, 10 years his senior. Marcus wouldn't be able to defend the boxing supporters who had gathered to see the important match. It wasn't much of an opportunity to watch Garcia display his boxing prowess because the battle was done so quickly. Although his opponent appeared to be weak, his hand speed and power appeared to be strong.
The right has been very impressive. The right setup.
He promised to put an end to the altercation. After displaying great quickness and hand speed in the first round, Ryan Garcia, 22, was struck with a devastating left hand that took him to the ground for the first time in his career.
Flat foot. Seems like he wants to.
Oh, left hand sends the
Garcia tried to get him down, which is what he was preparing him to do. After being knocked off his feet, Garcia regained his composure and proceeded to dominate rounds 3 and 4 with superior hand speed and accuracy, making Campbell more cautious. When Garcia delivered one of his trademark left hooks in the last few seconds, it severely injured Campbell and they tied going into the 5th. What a comeback! After escaping Garcia's initial charge, Campbell appeared to re-enter the fray. Garcia, on the other hand, started to mix up his punches in the 6th round, confusing Campbell. Later in the battle, in round 7, Garcia struck Luke Campbell with a body punch that ended the bout. His body language conveys that he's approaching you disrespectfully.
He goes down, and now Campbell is down on a knee, 2 knees.
Ryan Garcia hears Eddie Reynoso give him a body shot. For Campbell, it was his first stoppage defeat. Even Lomachenko was unable to stop him. Hence, this was Campbell's final match before retiring. Garcia may not have the appearance of a power puncher, yet anyone may be knocked out by his quickness and power. People underestimate him because of his constant social media activity, but once they face up against him, it's a whole other ballgame. He's a fighter with just 1 career loss, who has competed against top opposition and dished out a piece of his left hook. Ryan Garcia adopts a different posture than the majority of other boxers. He has a very straight, if I may say a little rigid, posture. His chin is not typically tucked, and his shoulders are carried loosely low. This may appear to be a poor defensive move, but Garcia is able to punch as quickly as possible by maintaining the greatest level of relaxation. His balanced, erect gait accentuates his height. Garcia, who weighs 135 and 140 pounds, is taller than his fellow competitors at 5 feet 10 inches, and prefers to fight on the outside by taking advantage of this. In fact, it's exceedingly uncommon to catch him engaged in internal combat. But unlike other protracted fighters, King Rye doesn't utilize a lot of footwork to bring opponents close and keeps them on the receiving end of his jab. As quick as his hands are, his footwork is unquestionably one of his game's weak points. Garcia employs his quick combos to keep opponents at arm's length and prevent them from staying at the range they enjoy rather than controlling the distance by moving around a lot. There's a lot of truth in the idea that Ryan Garcia has the fastest hands in boxing. Millions of people have observed his machine gun combinations on pads in the Cobra bag on social media, and they are amazing to see. But if Ryan couldn't fire at a comparable rate in the heat of battle, they would be useless. So, Garcia is the ring's equivalent of the Flash. He can punch with dazzling speed by keeping his shoulder relaxed and his lead hand at chest level. His entire boxing technique is geared toward throwing quick blows, frequently in combos. To boost the odds that punch will land, throw a few punches at once, and throw combos quickly. Ryan is really good at almost guaranteeing that something slips past the guard at some point. As I've previously stated, Garcia prefers to keep opponents at a distance away from him, and his combinations are his go-to method for doing so. Garcia throws volume combinations at high rates of speed, yet he almost always has good balance and doesn't overreach. Without having to sit or lean heavily on his punches, his natural strength paired with his quickness allows him to land with authority. Because of the lessening body movement, Garcia's punches can occasionally appear uncommitted, but this also makes the combinations as quick as possible. From what we've seen thus far, Garcia has good knockout power in both hands. The quick and precise left hook is King Rye's go-to punch. Ryan Garcia has quick reflexes that he employs both on offense and defense. A great example is Garcia's victory over Francisco Fonseca. He enjoys using it to take the initiative far away. There are not many ways for his opponents to respond to the pace and length of his left hook. He then frequently decides to build up combos off that initial left hook by adding more punches to it. Off his jab, Rye often sets up for the left hook. Luke Campbell and Javier Fortuna were both knocked out with Garcia's leading left hook to the body, which he combined with relentless head pressure and feints to throw them off.
That was a body shot just like we saw.
Garcia still has a way of inflicting harm from close range while being a lengthy fighter who prefers to maintain his distance. He typically uses his lead forearm to frame the opponent, then pushes to open up space before stinging with a quick right chop. Then he would either follow up with his left or retreat and break contact. This is best seen in the brawl with Braulio Rodriguez. Distance management is Garcia's primary method of defense. It entails maneuvering discreetly to remain out of range and countering with his left hook. His head movements still need work. His combinations move quickly and fluidly, and his left hook is incredibly quick and deadly accurate. A superior opponent might be able to take advantage of the fact that he is quite predictable. However, other warriors also have a limited amount of weapons, but they are so proficient with them that they don't require any more.
What electricity! The biggest fight of the year! 9, 10, this one's over!
Ryan Garcia might have lost to Gervonta Davis, recording his first career loss, but he's still highly rated in the game, with no point to prove. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked the video, press the like button and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any new videos. Stay tuned.